everyone, and welcome once again to the place to be each and every Sunday night, where tonight, of course, we're coming to you for round 4 of season 28 of Sunday Night Lights. And with me as always, I'm of course Alex McKellar, and with me as always is the chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Steinhauser. Corey, Long Beach, tight, twisty, road course, plenty of action ahead of us tonight for sure.
That's right, Alex. This is one of those higher risk, high reward kind of tracks, as it is a street course. There's some high curbs here, which will throw your car off into the fence if you're not careful. But if you can nail all these curbs just right, then you can definitely be in for a good time.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Looking forward to this one. We got a bumper field, strongest off of the week, around 4,800. Let's kick off. Excuse me. Christian Perez is car number 1, but he hasn't taken the grid quite yet. His teammate, Adrian Rodriguez, is underway, though. He's car number 2. Car number 3 tonight, the leading Japanese driver this season, Takumi Yamato. From Nagai Racing School. George Maddock from UK&I. He joins us once again in his orange livery. Back to have another crack at a car number 4. Car number 5, Dimitri Philippides. He's been in a purple patch form lately. Got some good pace here. And looking for him to be a bit further up the front tonight than we've seen him previously. Neil Gardner, similarly, leading ANZ driver in the field tonight. Car plate number 6. He's been putting some yards in, got a bit of raciness into his game. Captain 499, looking to push the pace a bit more these days, as is Xavier Sanchez. Sanchez course, Heikki, 560, I think it is, on Twitch. Big streamer, a few hundred people watching over there. And he, of course, pretty much known to come through the field more than start up near the front, but he's very, very handy. The head clown himself for Team Clowns, Vasco Sorosky. He's car number 8 tonight. Looking for him to have a good showing. Nick Vaughan Roberts, the lone fool from Two Fools Racing, in here as well. He's car number 9. Kevin Budgeon. He's had an up and down week, mostly down. He had a great win a couple of races ago tonight in a big soft, and he'll be looking to repeat that here tonight, Corey.
Absolutely, Alex. Coming in as car number 11 is Dario Frattini. And I'm pretty sure this is one of the guys who's teammates with Enzo, if I'm not mistaken. Coming up as a 12th plate car from Japan is Hiroki Shota. And he'll be looking for a good result here as well. We've got Mark Lay from Asia Club as our 13th plated car. And he is definitely a quick one, as he's just finishing his first lap. First lap can be just as important as your second lap around here, as Mark Lay goes into 7th. We've got Hiroki Kokubu from Japan as our 14th plated car. He's just coming through the fountain section right now. We've got Ruben Martin Diaz from Iberia as our 15th plated car. And that's quite a nice looking car, actually. And propping up the field, coming in as our 16th plated car, Alex, Team VDR Milo's own Russell Clark, looking to get a win from the back.
Yeah, absolutely. The last entry into the car. I don't know if he's about the back. He's got some handy pace. He loves the street circuit, does the Team Milo boss man. But now we also see our car number 1, who's out there finally, Christian Perez. Interestingly, his approach here this week's been to sacrifice the first lap in favour of the second one. So he hasn't set a time yet. He's the last of the late qualifiers. He seems to time it right until the end. Be interesting to see how he goes around here, and we might when he crosses the line in a minute, Corey, might go on board for a lap, see how one of the best in the business does it.
Oh, absolutely, Alex, and expect to see him being full attack on these curbs. As I said, if you hit these curbs just right, it could really put you into the corners just right, but you've also got to be careful. There's some areas like the corner he just took there where you can cut the corner completely and run right up next to the wall, but some of them will land you a slowdown if you cut them too much.
For sure. How's some of these times? 31-1 in quali. That's fairly decent, although I have seen the man on screen at the moment drop in sub 131s in quali. So as he rounds the final corner to start to finish what will be his first flying lap. We're right on board with him for his second flying lap, where he hopes to set a time good enough to be on pole. So, unless this is his first, is it? I'm just trying to see. Anyway, he's going to come down here, flat stick, into the braking zone, just around the 300 board, drop down 3 gears into second. Although no, he carries third by the looks. No, in second, down to second now. First gear, hits the left-hander on the exit of the fountain, then up to second briefly. Little smidge of brakes to help the car rotation, then up to this very challenging corner where look at that cut through 5 there, Corey. That's how it's done. So sketchy and risky there, but it's the way to be fast. Comes down around the 200 board now. Brakes hard, gets the rear of the car loose to get the added rotation through 6 and 7 now. Coming down to the all-important turn 8. Brake around the 200 board. Drop down 1 gear, early apex, early gas up what will be the second longest straight on this course between turns 8 and 9. Legitimate passing opportunity if you get the right sort of run. Again, up to 5th gear, down at the 300 board, you brake hard and you look to cut again. Right over the centre of that curbing at turn 9. Through 10 now, trying to set up the braking zone. When the ripple strips go straight, you go parallel and you cut back after hard braking. Slowest corner I think we have in the entire iRacing service in a skip. Ridiculously slow as Perez now crosses the line with 30 seconds to spare. And he doesn't get pole, Corey. And that's the end of quali. So we're going to go and grab a look at our grid. If I can find the right button, there it is. Season 28, round 4 at Long Beach. Adrian Rodriguez has pipped his teammate with a 31-1, 69 ahead of Astro Racing Team's Christian Perez. The car number 1 and 2 and 1 on the front row. That's an interesting inter-team battle. And Perez, as we heard last week, says Rodriguez is his kryptonite. So let's see what happens there. Third off the grid tonight. Two Fools Racing, Nick Vaughan Roberts ahead of Nippy Racing's Kevin Budgeon back for another crack at the title. Dimitri Philippides some half a second behind. He starts out a 5th ahead of UK and I's George Maddock in 6th. 7th tonight, the first of the Japanese drivers, Takumi Yamato for Nagai Racing School in 7th. 8th off the grid, his compatriot for Nagai Racing School, Hiroyuki Shorter. Dario Frattini returns for the Italian starting out a 9th tonight, just ahead of Team Motor boss man Russell Clark III in 10th. 11th, the head clown Vasco Sorosky off the grid 12th. Right beside him will be Neil Gardner, Captain 499, looking to get amongst it. 13th tonight starting will be Hiroki Kokubu, the Piro King himself, 1 second off the pace down in 13th. Xavier Sanchez, the Spaniard, he's out of 14th tonight ahead of Mark Lay from Asia in 15th. And rounding out our grid of 16 tonight from Iberia is Ruben Diaz. And folks, don't forget to check out InfiniteRacings.com, Infinite Racing Services, who this season are giving away 3 great prizes. One for the overall season winner, who gets a year's subscription to all their setups and tutorials and all the rest of it that goes over there at Infinite Racing Services. The leading point scorer outside of the top split, the guys who regularly show up and join us at week in, week out without many of the placards or the praise that comes with the top split. They get a coaching session with one of the top coaches at Infinite Racing Services. And if you subscribe to the service, to the Top Split TV on Twitch, you get into the draw for 3 months subscription to Infinite Racing Services as the green light goes. And we are away, Corey, for 16 laps here at Long Beach.
That's right, we're heading down the pit straight now, which is not very straight. It's got a big curve in it, and it does not officially count as a corner. Everyone trying to find their own little position. We've got people over on the left of the track, we've got people in center, we've got people over on the right. But the one thing that is for sure is that Adrian Rodriguez leading the way at the moment as we head into turn number 1. And this is going to be the first of the areas where everyone's going to have to watch out. 2 by 2 into the fountain. Some of these guys are going throughout the pack. And that is a very scary prospect, especially on lap 1, Alex.
That's well done. They're almost 4 wide in the back here, 3 wide into turn 5. That's crazy stuff. They get it sorted back to Noah's Ark, 2 by 2. I think they're going to get through there. Oh, the walls are so close. They're even closer when you're 3 wide through the opening couple of sectors. Meanwhile, up front, the 2 Astro boys are getting away with it. Vaughan Roberts is taking a peculiar line. Wonder if he's trying to clear a slowdown, but he looks to have got that done. I don't think he did pick it up. Look how close they go to the walls here, Corey. That, of course, is the fast way around here. It's also the draws darkening way around here. A lot of pucker moments around here for sure.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. I did 4 races today, and I cannot begin to tell you. Oh, no,
Oh,
our leader,
Rodriguez.
Adrian Rodriguez, has made a big mistake going into turn number 9, and he has dropped all the way down now to 4th position and possibly even further down than
Oh,
that,
Matic
Alex.
up the inside, gives Budgeon the hurry up, side by side with Rodriguez. Rodriguez will get the better drive. The UK and High drivers really trying to take advantage where perhaps none was to be found. Rodriguez has the pace, has the aggression to come back through here. Matic will race him every corner though. Bent front wing for Rodriguez now as well. As Matic comes in front, that front wing costing all sorts of pace for Rodriguez. Now he is going to struggle. Will he get swamped? And the kryptonite factor is 2x2 behind. Frattini has a look on Philippides. They're going side by side still. They get it sorted. Absolutely they do. Perez now out front of Vaughan Roberts, 3/10. Budgeon trying to hang on. They're starting to get a bit strung out already on lap 2, Corey. What a big mistake there, from an uncharacteristic mistake from Rodriguez.
That's exactly right, Alex, and that is one of the pitfalls of street racing, is that, sometimes the track just doesn't have the grip that you're expecting it to have from a permanent road course, and on that particular occasion, caught out Rodriguez as, Budgeon just hit the wall a little bit coming out of turn number 8. It's going to slow up his momentum a little bit, maybe leave him a little bit vulnerable to George Matic as we head into turn number 9, Alex.
Yeah, potentially. A long string of skippies still running down the back straight on the run into 9, of course. The leaders stringing out this field. Bit of action early on. The biggest, of course, was Rodriguez, who's still buried in this pack. And I think here, this will be a really good test. Philippides got a fairly equivalent exit, but that front wing does surprising things to the straight line speed of these skip barbers. What has Philippides got here for Rodriguez? Not as much as I would have thought. Maybe it was just the run out of the corner. Don't worry, folks, the sparks falling. Yeah, no, look, he's getting gobbled up. Look at that at the end. It's the top end where it really suffers, and just clear, as you see, very hard in the braking zone from Rodriguez, trying to gain what he can, but expect him to just keep getting shuffled at this rate, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. Unfortunately, with how long some of these straights are, like the straight between 8 and 9 and the pit straight itself, you're definitely going to get a little bit of aero effectiveness from having a damaged front wing, as Philippides takes a big cut there in turn number 5. And he's got to be careful there, because that's almost getting into the territory of, cutting the course. As Rodriguez, as you said, still falling down. He's in P6 right now, and he's just going to fall down further from here, Alex.
As we see Swarovski and Shorter going toe-to-toe, the Australian and the Japanese driver, they're fighting over the scraps down in P9 and 10. But they're getting it done. Meanwhile, up at front, Perez, he's almost gone. He's 9/10 clear. Vaughan Roberts doing a fantastic job to stay somewhat in draft. Budgeon, who I know from first hand, has got some pace here. He'll be looking to do what he can to stay with. See the smoke coming out of that hairpin, Corey. You want to be all over that inside curbing, but you can absolutely, and even in these low-powered cars, because of the steering angle and the slow speed, light up the rears on exit, which doesn't help you just as you come onto the longer straight.
That's exactly right, Alex. And it's just like, if you turn into that hairpin too early, even with the steering angle of these cars, you can still find yourself steering off into the outside wall of the hairpin too, as Nick Vaughan Roberts clouded the wall a little bit coming on the exit of turn 1. That's going to affect his run here a little bit, although he's not lost too much. In fact, he's gained a couple of tenths from the last time we visited the top 2 here, and he's been looking to close up this gap, but that air time that he gets off of the curb in turn 5, that's not going to help him, Alex.
Oh, Rodriguez is gone, finally. I reckon 2 people got him on the exit, on the run down the front straight, and he's packed up his kit bag. He realises he's out, and he's just hit exit stage pits, please. Give me a tow. Get me out of here. My racing night is done. Such an unfortunate for Captain Kryptonite there, Rodriguez. He's done for the night. Meanwhile, Vaughan Roberts, he's done as well. He's fallen into the clutches of Budgeon. These 2 are going to either race smart and go for a podium at the end. They're not going to catch Perez. He's gone. Vaughan Roberts and Budgeon battling it out. What do we got behind here? Long string of skippies just line astern. Not able to do much in this draft train. All the way down to Russell Clark there in P10. Hasn't gained or lost anything, but he looks relatively safe from Kokobu behind him. Xavier Sanchez surprisingly hasn't gone too much forward in this field. Often known not to qualify too well, Corey, but usually to come through the field as momentarily there. Yeah, Budgeon has gone through on Vaughan Roberts. I don't know if any of those little excursions have cost Vaughan Roberts any pace as he closes up through the fountain there on the rear of Budgeon. These two looking to work together to secure those final 2 steps on the podium.
Well, one could only hope so, Alex, as they're trying to leapfrog their way to stay clear of Filipides here. As I just heard over the radio, Vasco saying sorry to someone for something, so maybe a little bit of a skirmish somewhere deep in the field. But Vaughan Roberts and Budgeon definitely... I don't really think they're working that much together, Alex, because Budgeon's still in front and Vaughan Roberts still trying to do everything he can to close up and re-overtake Budgeon and take that second place back.
Yeah, interestingly, Budgeon's fairly race-hardened. I haven't seen much of Vaughan Roberts this week, whereas I've seen Budgeon has done a lot of racing, including the 2 races prior to this one tonight. So he's all stretched up, limbered. He's raring to go and race hard, and as we said, beautiful opening up of the final corner there, such that it is from Budgeon there, looking to maximise his exit. Now, the problem for Vaughan Roberts now is he's bringing Filipides back into it. Filipides is, Roberts is half a second in draft. It's just pulling him a fraction away from the Filipides behind him. Filipides, though, good through the twisties potentially. Catch some of that back up as behind there, side by side somewhat. Yes, it is shorter. And Swarovski renew their battle with Team Milo's Russell Clark looking to get involved at any opportunity.
That's exactly right, Alex. And Russell Clark, ever the opportunist, will just wait for these guys to make one small mistake and he'll be all over them like flies on a Sunday dinner. As Shota now re-overtakes Swarovski once more going into turn 1. And Russell Clark just sitting there like a predator waiting in the wake of Swarovski as they go through the fountain section once more.
Yep, a little bit behind, Corey. Go to the live bit, mate, and then we'll be side by side. Sanchez and Kokobu. Pedro King putting it all over. Heikki. 560 as side by side Kokobu once more with Diaz behind him as well. And Diaz, Kokobu's gone into the wall. He's gone, and Diaz with him, I think. Let's go. Oh no, it was Gardner. Let's go check out what happened here. They came side by side through. I think it was Kokobu first, and I think the 15 of Diaz. Kokobu's run somewhat compromised. Diaz, did he clip him in the rear carrying that speed? Yeah, he did. Diaz straight into the rear of Kokobu, and that's put him... Oh, Neil, always go to the rear of the car, but he was full committed. And that's both of them gone, unfortunately. Neil will be spewing about that. That's really unfortunate for both of them. As back up front, Perez, he's gone. 2.5 seconds nearly out in front. Just hot lapping at this stage. Budgeon and Vaughan Roberts continue their UK&I charge. Filipides now 1.2 seconds behind them and chasing, with Matic in his tail and Frattini holding off the leading Japanese driver now, Takumi Yamato. Corey.
That's right, Alex. I'm watching this battle for second right now between Vaughan Roberts and Budgeon. And, Vaughan Roberts definitely trying to find any way of getting around Kevin that he possibly can. As you see, he's diving out of the draft early on these corners, trying to just take slightly different lines. And he almost had an opportunity coming into turn 6, just couldn't quite materialize it into a move. And also my heart goes out to Neil Gardner. He's had 3 races here tonight, including this one, and in each and every single one of them has not been having a very good night, Alex.
Oh, mate, I did too. I know how he feels. I threw away a good result, my first one, and second one, well, you could say the same thing. Oh, Budgeon collects the wall on the apex of the final corner. That's going to cost him and Vaughan Roberts, with Filipides looking to take full advantage now, only half a second and with the better run. This time Vaughan Roberts moves out to the inside. Surely Budgeon doesn't challenge it. Surely he takes his medicine. Surely not. Kevin, pull back in, son. The damage is done. Well played. See, that's smart racing, surely. I was about to say surely again, but He pulls in behind, but what has that cost them? Philippides now 3/10 and all over the back. Vaughan Roberts perhaps short of a run on the front of this pack will compress even more, and all sorts of racy drivers behind them. This one's about to heat up, Corey.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. This has just cracked this battle wide open. It's gone from 2 lots of 2-car battles to a 4-car, almost a 5-car battle with Dario Frattini on the back of this one as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to develop over the second half of the race as we're almost halfway through. I'm going to know who is your money on for P2 here, because we know who's going to win as long as Perez doesn't make a mistake. So who you got your money on for second place?
Oh, tough one. I think... look, there's some real quick guys there that like to race. That's the thing. Netcode's a factor at the street circuits, we know. I think I'm going to go Vaughan Roberts. He's short of a run, but his legs will be underneath him by the time we come through the final corners. As we're halfway through this one now when we cross the line. See, there's the rampaging car number 1, Perez going off in the distance. Then this long, snaking line of skippies behind. Oh, look, I want to go sentimental favourite Budgeon. That's who I've got, Corey. What about you?
I'm going to have to go for the very Australian-sounding Asian and Dimitri Philippides. He was the fastest lap holder earlier on in the race, and he is right on the back of these guys, and he is looking fierce right now, Alex.
Sure is. Got some good pace as Maddox closes up behind him through the fountain section. It looks very European up front at the moment. Spaniard, Brit, Welshman and Brit in the 4 of the top 5 with Philippides, as you say, the most Australian accented Asian club member you've ever heard. And good pace here. So you could be, mate, you're in with a chance. You're backing a pony in the race, that's for sure. And but yeah, sentimental side of me gets Budgeon over the line for that second step on the podium. Although he confessed to me earlier that he's sort of a win it or bin it kind of guy here, as this track so demands your attention, and any small deviation can be very costly.
Oh, that's exactly right, Alex. I had a couple of those moments in some of my races, and it almost cost me dearly in quite a few of them as, contact, and that is going to be, the 11.
What are you doing? You can't reverse there. Come on, son. Oh, let's go and have a look at that. All right, we're coming through the final section now. We're on board with the pink car. What does he see in front of him? I think it was actually... It was, where is he? Oh, I can't even see him there, Maddox. Oh, no, it was Vaughan Roberts. Got all out of sorts, trying not to hit, and it's all checked up. Maddox, Frattini's into the... Everyone, the front 4 seemed to manage it okay, and then Frattini's got into the rear, and then watch this. He's perpendicular to the track. Cars coming towards him can make it round, but then, no, they can't because he's just reversed into them. Oh, mate. And then sneaking through on the inside was Russell Clark. Swarovski, the unluckiest clown. I think, you know, Corey, I don't know if you're aware, but clowns can, they register their face. They paint an egg, right, professional clowns, and it gets put in a safe in France or somewhere, I think it is, and that's their registered face, right? And after the last few weeks, I reckon Vasco is going to paint up a very sad face on an egg and send it over to register his face as a professional clown. What do you reckon?
Oh, absolutely. He has had the most unluckiest drive so far this season, and I can't believe his luck, honestly. But what this has done is, once again hits the inside wall in the hairpin. And Vaughan Roberts that time was so close to nowhere to go, straight into his gearbox. And this is why I'm saying Philippides is going to have the advantage here, Alex, because he's not getting caught up in it.
Holy dooly. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. You know, the old score, 3 wide, surely. Surely no, they're not going to do it. As Vaughan Roberts comes up the inside, he says, Kevin, mate, give me a shot at it. You can't do the final quarter to save yourself. Let me have a crack at it. Oh, my goodness. I can only assume that incident before was Budgeon almost clipping the wall again that sort of set up that shopping trolley effect. But look, You're right, mate. Philippides is poised there, and the second spot on the dais is right for the taking. Christian Perez, meanwhile, up front in clean air, 30.97, fastest lap of the race, if you don't mind. The man's just hot lapping, and it's just going to be whether. Oh, he looks like he clipped the wall on the apex of 8 there, but I think that was just net code. Meanwhile, Vaughan Roberts, you got to think. With Budgeon hitting that apex wall so many times, he's got to have picked up a little bit of damage, surely. Vaughan Roberts and Philippides will eat him alive if that's the case.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Alex has sideways.
again.
Through turn 9 he goes. I think he's absolutely got damage. Like, that would have pushed his suspension in on the right side. Whether it's his right front or his right rear, it's got to have pushed it in at least a little bit. It's Philippides now looking for the run on him here on the pit straight. Vaughan Roberts has actually cleared out a little bit as well. He's got 0.8 of a second over Budgeon right now. So he's going to be clean and clear in second place here unless Philippides can get around Kevin and try and make up that gap a little bit.
Yeah, that's it, mate. I reckon Kevin's a bit rattled. What's remarkable, I seem to remember Maddock was stopped in that incident. Side by side now he goes with Yamato. Bang! Oh, how's his rear suspension? Surely they won't go side by side again. They were just about to get on the back. They were just about to get on the back of this group. And I don't know. You got to race a bit smarter than that with 4 to go, 5 to go. Yeah. Anyway, Perez is gone. These 3 are left to fight it out. Your money's still on Philippides, Chorus?
He's dropped off a little bit now, Alex. I don't know. It's going to be hard to look away from Vaughan Roberts right now.
Yeah, he's got a bit of pace. Now, Maddock and Yamato continue. Shorter finished with Swarovski now. He's battling with the other Aussie up inside the top 10. Russell Clark up 2 positions. Tucked behind Shorter, Hiroyuki Shorter, looking for what would be probably his best result in P7. Frattini, no rear wing and probably no mates after that effort through the final quarter. He continues in P9 ahead of Sanchez, who hasn't moved through the field like we might have otherwise expected. Mark Lane, Swarovski, sad clown. How's Frattini? Tell me, Corey. How's Frattini 5 seconds up the road from Swarovski? You got to be kidding, right?
I mean, it's got to be the world's worst laid joke in the history of ever, Alex. Because I don't get that one either. Frattini should have well and truly dropped in behind Swarovski, but I don't know. I mean, I guess Swarovski is just trying to minimise any kind of other damage in this race, trying to hold on to just some SNL points, as he's actually in a nice little battle here with Mark Lay a little bit, and maybe a P11 on the cards for him, but we'll have to wait and see on that one.
Yeah, that's for sure. Let's check in back with Vaughan Roberts is now taking, he was taking the tight line on the exit of 6 previously as they come through 8 now, and Budgeon still trying to hang on there. What's he, about half a second just over behind Vaughan Roberts, still within the draft and poised with 3 laps to go when they finish this one. He'll be looking to push a little bit forward and start putting some pressure on. Philippides is gone. He's right out of this and looking like he's going to fall into the clutches of Yamato and Maddock as their battle continues. Yeah, look at that. Right under trouble, right in trouble is Philippides, as Maddock and Yamato will be all over him like a rash come the end of this straight, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. I think how that one started was Philippides was actually just dropping off from the back of Roberts and Budgeon a little bit, still trying to hold on to their draft, but just letting them have their own little battle here, because I think he was expecting them to have another coming together, but yeah, he's completely lost the draft. He's in the clutches of Yamato, as you say, and yeah, it's definitely not looking like he's going to come home with a podium here tonight.
That's it. We just saw Frattini make the move on Clark into turn 1. I wonder if Clark just said, after you, mate. I saw what you did at the hairpin. It's all yours. I think I might have done the same, just quietly. But no, they continue on there, battling for those points for 7th, 8th and 9th. Shorter, Frattini and Clark. Sanchez driving a fairly lonely race. The Clowns got past Lay now. Swarovski He's and I managed to run some laps with Lay. He's no slouch. He may be sitting in P12 here inside the SNL points, but he's got some pace. Speaking of pace, 30.81 in clean air for Mr. Perez up the front. That is sensational pace, raw pace there, folks. One of the best in the world. Former SNL champion. He says he's not going for the title this season. He just wants to race and have fun. I'll tell you, I'd be having fun if I was doing 30.8 laps as well, Corey.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. I mean, I'd be happy just to be getting into the 31s with my best lap time only being a 32.434 at the moment. But, you know, I'm still watching this battle for second. And Budgeon has been absolutely all over the gearbox of Vaughan Roberts, just about having contact with him at the end of some of these straightaways. It's a wonder that they haven't had more contact than what they already have had, because of just how determined these two are to just race each other, what seems to be to the death, Alex.
Yeah, and we saw again another move from Fattini, who minus the rear wing, which of course on these cars is really just, oh, how much has he cut there? Surely there's a slowdown there, my word. The rear wing on these cars, of course, only really designed to punch a hole for the car behind to get some draft. So it's they don't really have any downforce on them. They don't do much for you. And in fact, obviously they're holding him back with the 30.71. Oh my goodness. And I can't tell whether he's actually hit any walls there. Meanwhile, Philippides now on the front of this triple car pack with Yamato and Matic once again. Vaughan Roberts with Budgeon all over the... Dare I say, Corey, there's some pockets of excitement in there as we come to the white flag.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. Hashtag pockets of excitement everywhere, as I just saw Matic right up on the gearbox of Yamato coming through the hairpin that time. He's hungry to try and get himself into the top 5. Yamato still trying to chase down Philippides, and you know, the Vaughan Roberts Budgeon drama still going on. These guys still fighting super hard, just about tripping over the blue pit exit line, which would have ended in a slowdown for one of them, Alex.
Oh, Matic! Oh, Yamato goes through Matic, sent it up the inside. There, did not get it done. Redresses, lets Philippides through, I'd suggest. And now he's going to get swamped from behind by Fattini, who's on a mission after the shopping cart incident earlier in the race. That was huge. Vaughan Roberts and Budgeon went through there side by side as well, but they got away with it. Yamato now clear of Philippides behind Matic. Now it's Clark having a look up the inside of Shorter. There's pockets of excitement everywhere, Corey.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. That was an incredible sequence of events there. And I don't know how no one actually DNF'd from all that, as Perez is still leading the way quite comfortably.
Oh, sorry, mate. Up the inside, has a look. Doesn't get it done, but as you're right, mate, Perez coming through the final corner now.
And that's right, he's coming down the final corner. As Budgeon goes for one last dive, and he's hit. He's hit Vaughan Roberts in the final corner.
He lets him go.
Oh. There's so much action going on, Alex. I can't keep up.
Perez has won it. Sorry, at some point Perez won that. Budgeon crosses the line third after Roberts. Yamato. Wow, no one was ever out of it, Corey. Like, you think you're out of it, then you're back in it, then you're out of it again. And oh my word, I just want to. I got to go back and see if I can find. Oh, I can't even see the incident there for. I can see the white flag. I'm just trying to find the Budgeon Vaughan Roberts incident, but they were going so slow that it didn't show up on the scoring. So I'm going to go back one lap, hit play, and see where we get to. Vaughan Roberts, this last lap of theirs was crazy. And they're going to run it through again. You can see everywhere here, Budgeon was trying to get it done. I want to see the send from Matic as well. I probably should have started there. These guys, nose to tail the whole race. You could have thrown a blanket over them for 3/4 of this. And Budgeon trying everything to get past. And I I wavered on who'd get it. I remember at the start when he asked me, I said, Vaughan Roberts. Then I went, no, Budgeon will get it. And then you couldn't pick him either way. And now this was the moment, a key moment, number one. Budgeon gets the run. He's going to make a very late move in the braking zone. Has to pull out of it and seed the corner. But what does he do here? What does he do here that we missed? Surely he's a car length back. He goes wide. We'll hop on board with him. Oh, hang on. We'll hop on board with Budgeon. Oh, no. Oh, I've lost it now, Corey. What am I doing? I've just missed it. There it is. And he's just tapped him. I'm going to go back a little bit. There we go. Sorry, folks at home. Pro streamer here, and he's just nowhere, unfortunately. And he's turned his mate, and then he's waited. He's done the right thing. He hasn't reversed into the oncoming traffic like some others who we can't say the same for. And then and there you go. That was all she wrote. Look at this. Look how close everyone is at the end. That's crazy. After all that, you could literally throw a handkerchief over most of the field there. All right, now that we've had a bit of folly there, let's go check out our results for round 4 from Long Beach. Season 28 of Sunday Night Lights, brought to you by Infinite Racing Services. Go check them out. All your setups, lap guides, coaching. Get yourself up here with the big boys. Christian Perez, speaking of big boys, Astro Racing Team. He's done it again. That's 3 from 4, if you can believe it. Not taking the season seriously, Alex. I'm just out there having fun. And like I said, if I could do mid-30s and win every race, I'd be having fun too. Nick Vaughan Roberts just behind him for 2 full racing. The Mad Welshman in second tonight, just ahead of Kevin Budgeon for Nippy Racing. 2 good results out of 3 races tonight. Well done, Kevin. Good work, champ. Takumi Yamato leading Japanese driver for the season with the absent champion Naoya Nagai. Yamato taking up the mantle of his absent compatriot. Dimitri Philippides hung on for P5 tonight in a strong performance, possibly his best in the series to date. George Maddock in 6th. There was so much adventure for him and others around him. Dario Frattini, there you go, P7 somehow. I don't know how. He was parked and reversing in the final corner at one stage and still managed to hang on for 7th. That's how much action took place in this one. Hiroyuki Shoda from the Nagai Racing School. He's finished in 8th tonight, just ahead of Team Milo Boss Man. Russell Clark in 9th. Xavier Sanchez from Iberia in 10th. Vasco Soroski, the saddest clown in town. He's down there in P11. Mark Lay, a great result for him. Not often we see Mark in the top split. Might even be his debut. I can't remember. But points scoring position nonetheless for Mark. Ruben Diaz from Iberia in P13 tonight, just ahead of the Piro King, Hiroki Kokubu from Japan. He's in 14th. Neil Gardner, captain, 499 in Struggletown, down there in 15th, just ahead of Adrian Rodriguez, who we saw dominating proceedings until he wasn't. Self-spin, bit of damage on the front. That was all she wrote, folks. And Corey, mate, that was a pretty spectacular one, all said and done, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely, Alex. That one had action all throughout, and what a way to finish it with a last corner dive bomb that went wrong. Oh, starting to lose my voice a little bit because of how exciting that was altogether.
Yeah, crazy scenes here at Long Beach. Now we've got our winner here, Mr. Christian Perez, up for an interview. Christian, mate, you told me you weren't taking this season seriously, and then you're winning everything, mate. That's 3 from 4 on a Sunday night. Congratulations. You managed to run away with this one. How was it out there?
Thank you, Alex and Corey. Well, it was maybe from your perspective look very easy, but I was sweating very much. I had from wing damage, signed, I don't know, lap 3. And I really was losing like 3 times per lap. So I was putting all I had to try no one behind me faster and with the car okay was able to catch me. So really hard to maintain this.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's a very strong performance then, Christian. I know your kryptonite, Rodriguez, he had an error
Yeah.
early on. That cost him. Did you see what happened there?
Well, as usually, he gets on pole and went to this race. He's always performing super well on quali, and then just a little mistake on last sector. Yeah, a little disfortunate for him.
Yeah, absolutely. He looked like the two of you were going to battle it out once again. But for yourself, mate, a massive win tonight, a strong performance, a little bit of damage kept it interesting for you. Otherwise, I thought you would just be hot lapping. But look, for someone who doesn't want to win the season, mate, you're doing a pretty good job of it. So congratulations once again. Look, it's great to see you out there having fun. Really enjoy seeing you out here on a Sunday night. Thank you for joining us. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Well, first of all, to you guys for organizing this type of race. And second, but not most important, it is the most important. So I will say something in Italian.
Sure, please.
Because un saluto al mio amico Loris. Ogni gara mi sostiene, te la dedico a ti.
Oh, is Loris? That's Loris Amadio, is it?
Yeah, no, he's the son of Andrea Vitesse.
Yes.
And he's the best, always supporting me every race.
Excellent. Thank you. Great to see that. Thank you, Christian. Listen, thank you once again for joining us, mate. You're a great representative of the Skippy community. Show us how it's done each and every week. You show us what can be done. And for those of us trying to keep up, mate, keep doing it because you're a great person to chase. So thank you once again for joining us, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Okay. Ciao, guys. See you next one.
Yeah, Corey, that was Christian Perez. He put on a clinic with a damaged car. How's that, eh?
Oh, I just love how he said that he had a damaged front wing, so he had to push extra hard. I'm having a look at his lap times right now, Alex. His first 3 laps, right? He got a 38.8 on the opening lap, then 2 31.4s, and then when he had the front wing damage, he immediately did a 31.3. Then he had a slew of 31.2s, did a 31.1 on lap 9, a 30.9 on lap 10, back into the 31s for 11 and 12, and then he put in his fastest lap, a 30.814, undrafted, mind you, on lap 13.
Yeah, nuts. Crazy stuff. And you can see the difference here. We're in the early stage of the race in the replay, and Rodriguez was really putting it to him, honestly. Like, he had the early battle there between Perez and Vaughan Roberts to sort of build a bit of a gap, and Perez was almost off the tail here before Rodriguez made the error. So, yeah, look, he might have been sweating because of the damage. You wouldn't know, though. He looked cool as a cucumber. Anyway, we've got another guest in the green room now joining us, Mr. George Maddock, who finished 6th here tonight. George, mate, I didn't know where to look half the time. There was so much going on in there. I imagine you were right in the thick of it at different times. How was your race?
Hey guys, that was carnage. That was actually my first race of the week. I've been working every day this month, so I haven't had a chance to jump on. But I had this 1 hour window where I can jump into a race. I thought I'd do it. And yeah, the quality was okay actually. I was expecting to be a bit further down, having pretty much 0 track time this week. But it's such a great track. If you get the tyres in the window, as you'll know, Alex, you're right on the limit. The walls are so close, and then when you throw 15 other cars in there, there's always going to be carnage. But yeah, it was a bit of a messy one, to be honest. At the start, I know Adrian had some problems and he had a bit of damage, and so I did a cheeky move up the inside into the hairpin, and then I think he got damage after he tapped the wall or he hit Kevin or something. I don't know. And then yeah, I was in the pack, and I think I had damage from that right-hander with the massive curbs on lap 1 or 2. I just didn't lower my SPO. I think I was on 3. I probably should have been much lower than that. But yeah, it was just carnage. And then obviously with Dimitri at the end, that was completely my fault. I missed the breaking point because I had Yamato on my right. But yeah, that was just unlucky for him, but I gave the place back because yeah, that was my fault.
Yeah, we're just looking at that move there into the quarter. I said to give Kevin the hurry up there, try to get through. Unfortunately for Rodriguez, he was already carrying a bit of damage. and he was just swallowed alive from there. Self-spin early on, mate. But sounds like you had a bit of fun regardless, which is what we like to see out here on a Sunday night. And glad to hear that if you're going to make one race, this is the one you're going to make, because that's where all the action is and all the fun is as well, mate. Absolutely. So thank you for joining us tonight, mate, both on track and in the booth afterwards. Anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Just a shout out to you guys, of course, and everyone participating in the race. The stream's always good to watch back if you get the chance. So, yeah, thanks very much for putting it on. And, yeah, once again, sorry to Dimitri for that move. But I hope he's okay, because I gave him the place back at the end.
Yeah, we saw that, mate. He took the best of a bad situation in the end there. I must admit, at some point I said, oh, he's sent it in there. And it's easy to miss the brake marker when it's all the other way over the other side. But good sportsmanship shining through, of course, giving the place back. So congratulations again, mate. Great to see you out there, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Cheers, guys. See you later.
There you go, Corey. George Maddock, as advertised, gave that place back at the end there. I don't know about you. Like I said, when you're all the way over 3 wide on the left, the brake marker on the other side of 2 cars is a bit hard to spot at times.
Oh, absolutely, Alex. Even if you're in the middle of that 3 wide situation, the brake marker can be just about impossible to see, especially when you're not even concentrating on the braking markers. You're just trying to concentrate on not hitting the cars around you, which is, a scary prospect in itself, especially for a skippy race where, you got to get on the brakes and get into the corner and, again, try not to hit anyone. But, these guys know how to pull it off each and every single week. Little mistakes happen here and there, but that's just a little bit of human error. But it's great to see George out there having a run. Great to have him in the booth for an interview. I think this is actually one of the very first times that I've been commentating with you where we've had George in the booth for an interview.
Yeah, I think we had him once. I think he had a win and he came in and was, suitably chuffed. But yeah, great to talk to him. We love talking to our drivers out there, sharing their experiences about what goes on out there on track. Because at the end of the day, it's those sorts of smiles on the dials that bring more people in, and that's what we want. But folks, that might do us here tonight. We'll leave you with pictures of Christian Perez driving away from him here tonight. It was a fantastic drive from Perez once again, 3 from 4 in terms of race wins so far this season. Look, really setting up a dominant lead at the moment. But Corey, tell the folks at home what you got coming up this week.
So this week on Tuesday, we've been doing a little bit of Valorant and a little bit of AI racing, which will always be a little bit of fun. On Wednesday, we have the unofficial season opening for the Output Racing League. We're going to be doing the Clash at the LA Coliseum, which will be horrible, and I will be actually driving in that one. And then I'll be recording the broadcast for it to go up on the Aussie Sim Commentator channel on Thursday. But Thursday morning, we're doing some more Valorant and some more chat AI racing as well. And Friday, as long as we get people to show up for it, we're doing some modded Among Us, maybe a little bit more Valorant and a little bit more iRacing. Then back here with you next week, Alex, when we go tackle Knockhill, and I might even do another pre-broadcast stream once more.
Nice. Look forward to it, mate. Everything Top Split is on your screen at the moment. Check out our Discord community. Great bunch of folk. We talk SNL and all things skip and all the rest of it. It's great fun. Top Split TV, of course, on Twitch is where you'll find us here on a Sunday night. And every now and then I might even chuck up a stream of my racing. A bit of fun there. The Top Split on YouTube is where you'll find this replay and all the other 28 and a bit seasons of MNL and SNL action. And of course, Infinite Racing Services, go check them out. They put on some great prizes for the drivers this season and our viewers, of course. Anyone subscribed to the channel this season will go in the draw for a coaching session with one of their fantastic coaches. Manu Luqueta, of course, not here tonight, but he's the Skippy coach there at the moment, and a great person to learn from, absolutely. All right, folks, that'll do us. On behalf of the chaotic one himself, Mr. Corey Steinhauser, I'm Alex McKellar. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you for the support we have for both the channel and the series. Of course, we do this for the community, by the community, and that's how we like it. Until next time, folks, I will say ciao for now.